And we are on the grid for the second sprint race today. Of course, the fastest cars of the weekend. And here comes the pole position man, number 53, Mantas Matukaitis, with a great lap, 1 minute 15.9. And a really beautiful, of course, Lamborghini. What was the name of the model? Huracan, of course. Yeah, the Lamborghini Huracan. Really beautiful black and gold livery here. And let's try to maybe get some words from Mantas, the pole position man. Hello, Mantas.
Hello.
So how are you feeling starting from pole position today?
Pushing the brake now because they need to tighten the wheels. Yeah, so the feeling is good, of course. Being first is not every time, you know, on the grid. So let's enjoy the moment.
And you have, of course, some close competition with similar qualifying times, so it won't be easy out there, right?
No, of course. Porsches are very fast cars on this track, and he has big advantage, like Michelin tires are also faster. So, you know, I will try to keep pushing, do my best, but, you know, I came here not like just with some kind of like a result that I have to do, but just to have fun. So this is the most important, you know, because we don't get paid for racing. So let's have fun.
So yes, Mantas, let's have fun and see you in the finish line.
Yes, hope so.
So that's the pole setter Mantas Matukaitis, and let's maybe go to second place Markus Jugala. Maybe we can get some words in from Markus. Let's try quickly. Markus, a few words before the start.
Let's hope this will go well.
The plan is to aim for P1?
Of course, always.
So good luck on the race.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So really focused there, Markus Jugala, and yeah, the qualifying times was, I think the difference between the first two cars was 1/10, so it will be really tight and really interesting to watch. But here you have also a really beautiful car, number 41, Mika Niemela, really beautiful BMW E36 and really fast BMW E36. So let's have maybe some words. So how are you feeling before the start?
Feeling good. First time here, but I'm slowly getting familiar with this track. It's very hot day and sweaty.
And how do you like the track?
It's a bit difficult, but I like it.
Okay, so good luck.
Thank you.
So yeah, Mika Niemela also in good spirits. Number 4, we don't see Mika Makinen, unfortunately, on the start. But then we have here, of course, number 44, Ivars Vallers from LV Racing. He'll be, of course, fighting with Nokia Racing team driver Kestutis Stasionis. Yesterday they were fighting in the Baltic Endurance Championship 6-hour race. Now they will be fighting in the sprint race. And it seems that we are slowly leaving the pit lane. So, yeah, let's have an adventurous and fun race. And back to Thomas.
So welcome back, and unfortunately you can see from this shot that there are only 6 cars on the grid, but I can see in the background 4 cars are waiting at the end of pit lane, so they were probably just late exiting the pits, didn't pay attention to the time when pit lane will be closed, and it is of course a shame because now they will lose out mightily even before the race starts. They can't do, I assume, they can't do the warm-up lap as well, although from the safety point they should do it and just return to the pits after that. Anyway, we will see what happens next. But for those who have taken their places on the grid, warm-up lap has now begun. Mantas Matukaitis in his really gorgeous Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. is the clear favorite. But of course, on the other hand, Markus Jugala being only 0.004 of a second slower. And yes, those 4 cars are now let out of the pits. So we will have 10 cars all together. Taking into account we had 12 cars setting times in qualification. It's still not great, but who are there? I think father and son Hollands are both there, yes, in their Gianettas. Then it seems to be number 7, Ignas Jomantas in Maserati GT MC Turbo. And Kestutis Volbeikas in Nissan GTR. So definitely there is no sight Mika Mäkinen in sight. And whoever is missing, it is perhaps number 16, Aivaras Remeika, or no, he's on the track. Yeah, of course, it's a shame. It's a shame that some cars are missing. But then again, you have to follow the regulations. You have to obey the regulations, and if regulations state that pit exit will be closed at 14:15, then it will be closed at 14:15, not 14:16 or something like that. But hopefully what we hope for is we would like to see a fight between Lamborghini and Porsche for the win, and lap times tell us that they are by far faster than anybody else on the track. And now, yeah, those who were standing in the pit lane now have caught the rest of the field, so they can start from the back of the field. They can take their own positions, and of course we'll have a rolling start, and then distance of 14 laps.
So yeah, I think the main point that Mantas Matukaitis pointed out at the interview was, we don't get paid for this. So what he meant, we are paying for this, so we want to have fun, and so that's what he will do. And yeah, really positively minded and with a good spirit on the grid, the pole position man.
So I think it was now Kastytis Volbeikas who tried to take his position on the grid, but I'm not sure if they are allowed to do it. I would think they must. If they were not on the preliminary grid, they should start from the very back.
Exactly, of course. They weren't there out during the pit closure. So that's of course a mistake by them or the team or
whatever. You must follow the schedule, and it's very easy to miss, of course, but so elementary mistake. You can't allow if you pay hundreds, thousands for doing it. So you can't just miss the race because you are late exiting the pits. Anyway, now the grid is forming little by little. And here we go. And Mantas Matukaitis takes the lead from pole position. So do we have no, it seems we have no start.
So no start there. And
maybe it was abandoned, I guess.
The field was very spread out.
Yeah,
they weren't behind each other, so I think...
And Aivaras Remeika is too far back. He should be, I guess, in front of that Maserati and white Ginetta of Drew Holland. So
I think they should drive in that position. So how they went out the pits, I assume maybe that's the rule.
Yeah, that should be, but Remeika is not going to take back because he is not allowed. Of course, there are basically we have full course yellow mode now, and he is not allowed, if not ordered especially. So some confusion here.
But on the other side, I think it would make sense that the drivers are in their positions. Maybe how they qualified.
Whatever, it should be one way or another, but now
it's not either. Yeah,
but now it's somehow mixed.
So yeah, maybe the race control will do something about that. Maybe not. Let's hope for a start.
Did I see red flag? No, timing screen doesn't show it. Yes, there is a red flag. Yeah, red flag is out certainly, and it is especially exactly for that reason, because the grid was not formed correctly. They will stop the cars on the main straight, I guess, and put them into the right order. Then the race can be started.
So it seems that they will maybe change the order in the back.
And they should, I guess. Of course, it's on the discretion of race director only. But they should put those 4 cars which were late exiting the pits, should put them into the back of the grid.
And yeah, somehow in the right order there. Because I don't think the leaders were doing everything fine, it seemed. Because the cars behind were really spread out, and I assume that's maybe...
There was confusion. No one exactly understood what they have to do.
And we have talked about this, of course, the drivers who aren't experienced with these rolling starts.
But in those classes, it's always rolling starts.
But maybe there are some drivers who haven't driven for a while or haven't driven with rolling starts ever.
So anyway, this is extraordinary situation when you are not allowed to exit the pits. Then what should you do? If the exit opens, so what should you do? You should go to the track. It's certain. Then you have to catch the grid. It's certain as well. But what to do next? My logic and logic from karting, which I have done, says me that I can't overtake anybody. But here you could see that they started to overtake another cars to take back their original grid positions. I don't know if they are not allowed or are not. We will see it in a few minutes.
I seem that maybe there will be some warnings there.
Maybe even not, because it was certainly a difficult situation.
We saw just right now that Ivars Vallers was ordered to go to P4, so maybe they are
filling those empty spots. They are bunching up the
field. So that makes sense to get a more
compact,
and better, of course, grid.
Because if there is one row empty, then it's what the poor driver who is starting behind that empty row, what should he do? Where should he give himself?
And I think everybody is like moving up a place right now. So
because from second row, Mika Mäkinen was missing there.
So it makes sense, of course, a little bit of delay here, but anyway, if it gives us a better start, then we can wait for a few minutes.
For sure, this is for an entertainment value, and then from the sporting side, of course, it's also makes sense.
Here we see a beautiful, of course, drone shot of the start finish or the main straight. The pit boxes.
And everything in the background as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit, as I said, it's more empty than the days before, but still we see a lot of tents there, a lot of participants. And as we spoke before, 35 or 36 teams will be participating in Nankang Endurance Academy.
It's the track capacity, 36 cars.
Yes, exactly. Of course, we have seen last year BMW 325 Cup race with 42
cars, but it was extraordinary, and it wasn't repeated for this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, BMWs they are not that fast car. You can and they have almost very very similar speeds, it makes the things easier. But in today's case, with 2-hour endurance race, they're very, very, very different cars. I think lap time difference may be some 20 seconds between the slowest and the fastest.
Yes, I think exactly like that, because the fastest cars were doing around 1 minute 25, 26 something, and the ABC race cars are doing 1 minute 45. So basically 20 seconds. So we will be having a lot of lapping. And the difference, of course, there will be cars lapping, they will be lapped, and so it will be really challenging 2 hours for the drivers, that's for sure.
Especially in this weather and track conditions. We haven't had possibility to ask drivers what the track conditions are today, but I would think they are even worse than they were yesterday.
Yeah, I spoke with some drivers, and they said that it's quite slippery out there today. So even more slippery than the days before, because a lot of 325 Cup drivers had tests in the previous week or in the beginning of this week, and they were setting much better lap times. And so the track is not evolving; it's getting, I think, slower and slower. Also, if you look at the Nankang Endurance Academy qualifying times of the 325 Cup cars, so they weren't really great when we compare to the times of yesterday or the day before.
And now it seems the grid has finally formed in the right order, and those 4 cars which missed the right time, they are put in the back of the grid as supposed. Yes, they are. There are Drew Holland number 23, Dave Holland number 007, then Kastytis Volbeikas in number 96, and who else? That was Ignas Jomantas, number 7, Maserati. I'm almost sure we haven't seen that Maserati here at Parnu.
Yeah, I think I was really positively surprised when I saw the car in the paddock. I was like, "Wow, what a nice addition to the GT race!" And of course, as a BMW lover as well, a really nice E36 M3 from Mika Niemela. Also, as he said, the first time here, and quite with a lap time, 1 minute 18. So interesting.
Not bad at all.
Yeah,
not bad at all.
Interesting to see what is behind the engine cover, and we will have time maybe to chat in Park Fermé with him and to ask a few questions more, because everything is clear about the Lamborghini, everything is clear about the Porsche, and of course we know everything about the TCRs, but this BMW M3 caught my eye a little bit.
And having 2 Ginettas, they actually, as far as I know, GT4 class cars. There is quite a lot of them running around in England in every possible racing series, one make or multi-make, but here in Baltics they are quite rare requests. I remember Ernesto Globite was driving one Ginetta. It was like 10 years ago or so. And of course, Holland family being Ginetta drivers as well.
Yeah, I think on Thursday I spoke with the Holland father, and he said they acquired the second one just recently. So they had one, we have seen it before, but the second one just a recent addition.
Maserati.
Yeah.
Number 7 driven by Ignas Jomantas.
The qualifying time 1 minute 23.6.
Not that great, but we will see. Of course, it's a one-make series car, so we can't expect it's on the par with Lamborghini or Porsche one-make series cars. It is slower already from the birth. And now everything is ready for the rolling start. Second attempt. And here we go. So Kastytis Volbeikas was quite far back, but that Nissan is really fast down the straight, and it's really going very, very wide.
Yeah, that was quite a wide line compared to the other cars there, and one point it seemed that Mika Niemela maybe can overtake him, but no, it wasn't possible. And here we see Ignas Jomantas with the Maserati trying to go by Aivaras Remeika, and he does it, so it seems like he moved one place up. And here we see, of course, the fight between the two TCRs, Vallers and Stasionis, already going on in the first lap.
And it was, I guess, Dave Holland who has dropped to the last place. Kastytis Volbeikas, meanwhile, overtaking Aivaras Remeika.
And here we see, of course, the fight.
Jonkkari and Drew Holland. They are fighting for 6th place, I would guess. Oh, and Holland makes a mistake in turn 12. Can he avoid the barriers? It seems yes, but he is out on the grass.
Let's hope he's not stuck and can move forward.
That should be no gravel. I think it's just grass if you can restart the engine, and I think he starts moving already. And Jugala is keeping himself now in the wake of Matukaitis, because tires were definitely not in their working window yet. And here, 2 TCR cars, Vallers in Audi in front and Stasionis in Volkswagen behind him, but here is about to leave.
And Stasionis already flashing the lights. That's a trademark for TCR drivers.
I think the TCRs should work in the way that if you start the engine, the lights must start flashing. It would be correct. There's no need to put this button in.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, psychological games, of course, but I think sometimes it's unnecessary. You have to know where to use them. It's not, of course, it's not just signaling slower car, but picking up psychological pressure to your rival. But we see a really nice fight right now going on for the win in this race overall, and of course in the Baltic GT Pro class. Matukaitis right now in front, Jugala behind, and yeah, we see that, of course.
Jugala has caught him.
And Jugala, of course, a really young driver compared. Of course, we saw that yesterday in NES Porsche Sprint Challenge. Gert Jugala was driving. I assume it's maybe his father.
Son,
yeah, exactly. So the young generation right now driving in Baltic touring car race. And here, of course, a defending line already by Matukaitis, it seems. So yeah, I think this will be a great fight from already from the beginning, and let's see how long Matukaitis can stand this pressure.
And Jugala set the fastest lap, 1:18.7. Actually, he of course chased Matukaitis because of that first lap, first turn wide line. He certainly made a mistake there. Fortunately, managed to stay on the tarmac.
It seems like Ivars Vallers has gained a little bit against Kestutis Stasionis.
Yeah, it was gap was 1.2 seconds on the line. Top 2 here, and Jugala is going for it. Yes, he is into the final. Oh, it was close move, but he is not. They are now should be side by side. No, they are not. Matukaitis still in front. Yeah, it was very bold move.
Of course, because of that, Matukaitis had a better exit of the corner.
Yeah, but certainly Jugala is thinking about overtaking his Lithuanian rival. There is no doubt. Of course, he said in the pre-start interview that he's aiming for first, for second.
And I said on the grid that the difference was 100th of a second, but it was 4,000ths of a second just.
Yes.
So
0.004 seconds.
A lot of zeros there, but right now they are really close, just a few tenths between the cars.
And Mika Niemela in his number 41 blue BMW is very lonely third. 6 seconds behind this fighting duo. Then Ivars Vallers is fourth, further 1.5 seconds behind. And Niemela and Stasionis has fallen back from Vallers as well. There is another 1.5 seconds difference between them. But here leaders, and once again Jugala gets better exit from T14, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
I thought for one moment there will be contact because Jugala was really eager to get it done in the straight from the second to last corner.
It is, of course, usually it's a place where you don't expect somebody will attacking you.
It seems that the second to last corner is much better by Markus Jugala, but otherwise right now we see that Matukaitis is doing a good job maintaining the lead, and I hope he's having fun, as he said before.
For sure he is having. I think he has hands and feet working all the time. Not a boring race for sure. That's whatever the result will be, but fun is there certainly.
Yeah, and the difference between the two cars, of course, is it seems like the Lamborghini Huracan is faster on the straights, has a little bit more power, but then during the corners, the Porsche 911, the new 992 GT3 Cup car, is more stable, but really
not in this
not
case.
in this case on the exit. So it seemed like Jugala wanted too much to be in a good position here at the place where he is the fastest, but right now he dropped a little bit. So a mistake there by Jugala, and Mantas Matukaitis could breathe for a few seconds, but right now Jugala is already back on the back of the Lambo. So,
but this time Jugala, of course, had also an optimal exit from the final turn, so maybe it was not that bad. And of course the question is what the car setup is, especially tire-wise, because they have now completed 5 laps, and if your tire pressure is a little bit high, then you must feel now. You must feel it now. If it's everything is okay, still it will be bad. It will be very slippery in this hot weather.
And talking about tires, of course, right now they are lapping Aivaras Remeika, but talking about tires, it was an interesting comment as well from Matukaitis. He said that the Porsche has Michelin slicks, and that the Michelin slicks are faster than the slicks that Matukaitis has on his Lambo. So that's also an interesting point.
But anyway, he's in front of that Porsche on Michelin slicks.
And right now they are going to the corner where Jugala is usually much faster.
You can take different lines through that 14th corner, but again, under acceleration car starts to wobble. So Jugala must be very careful not to overcook his rear tires. It happens with Porsche very, very easily. Of course, he's eager to jump Lithuanian, but must be sensible. Just 6 laps are completed out of 14. Their gap in front of Mika Niemela in third is now already 16 seconds. But the order has remained exactly the same as it was. It is in front, Jugala behind him. Also, we have seen some overtaking attempts from Jugala's side. Having better exit at turn 14 and attacking into the final turn 15. But then we have also seen that Jugala made some slight mistakes under acceleration. Maybe now have thought better about where to try overtake Lithuanian.
And right now he has, it seems like a better exit, but still it's...
Lamborghini has better acceleration, I would say, what we saw.
And, we have seen this many times before, and of course I can relate, or I can understand that Markus Jugala will be quite frustrated right now because he thinks I'm faster on braking, I'm faster during corner, but when we come to the exit, the Lambo just goes.
But the interesting thing is that Ivars Vallers has almost caught Mika Niemela, so they are separated just by 1 second. Lap time, his most recent lap time was Mika Niemela's lap time was a little bit better, but they are more or less together on the track.
And Vallers much faster than Stasionis, almost 7 seconds the gap between the two TCR cars. So I thought we will have a fight there, but it seems like Vallers is faster right now.
And
in
it seems
sprint
here
mode.
that maybe it's now a crucial. No, it's Vallers there. Back to the leaders once again. We saw Vallers and Niemela for a few seconds, and there was, of course, Niemela's car is much quicker down the straights than Vallers' TCR. But on more technical sections, and of course Vallers knows this track much better, as Niemela said, his first time here. So still knowing, of course, the track already, but to the finesses you have to work. Here they are. Niemela in front, Vallers behind him on the main straight, fighting for third overall.
Yeah, the difference between them is more than 1 second, so it seems to make sense to go back to the leaders who were just lapping. I think it was Drew Holland.
Yeah, no, it's Dave Holland, I guess. Drew Holland, yeah. Who Remeika has been
lapped twice, so it seems he has technical issues.
Emergency lights are on his car, so he's really slow there. But no change here. We are already in the second half of the distance. 8 laps are completed by the leaders. They are closing into the timing line for 9th time here. And once again, we saw Jugala taking very different line out of turn 14, but until now it hasn't helped him. Because Lamborghini's acceleration out from the final turn is better, certainly. There may be even some slight overlap at the start of the straight, but by the time they are crossing the timing line, Lamborghini is clearly in front already.
It's really entertaining a race. It's more entertaining than I thought it will be, so that's a good sign. But one other interesting thing, of course, in the second race they will start by the lap times of the first race, and right now, if the situation stays the same, then Markus Jugala will be starting from pole position, and of course then Mantas Matukaitis will start from the second place. So
and I have a suspicion that if only Jugala could go free, then he can go faster. He could. Is it Mika?
Yes.
Niemela, sorry, very slow on the track.
I think something looks maybe a little bit broken on the front bumper.
Is the splitter or spoiler, whatever. I think it was a little bit too close to the ground. And it of course means that Ivars Vallers has inherited third place overall. But here we are back to the leaders. They are going to lap another Holland car, Dave Holland in this case, and goes again to Kastytis Volbeikas in the front. That may be a chance for Jugala.
Yeah, it was a really close lapping there of Holland by Jugala.
And yeah, it's in the most uncomfortable place where they have to overtake Volbeikas just through the fastest turn on the track. But no changes here. It didn't present any chance to Jugala. Still Matukaitis in front and Jugala just a few meters behind him. Keeping the pressure on Lithuanian. But Matukaitis has been almost errorless until now.
Oh, and he made right now an error sliding out of the exit of the last corner, and right now they are side by side going into the first few corners, but Matukaitis is on the inside. So what will happen right now? Matukaitis still on the inside, and that's a mistake there, I think.
That's another mistake, and Jugala finally got what he tried to do for 11 laps. So on the line, Matukaitis was still in front by 23 thousandths of a second, but Jugala's speed was definitely faster there, and even if Matukaitis had the inside line, he couldn't use it.
Yeah, I think he was going really fast on the throttle, and the car was, I think, maybe some kind of traction control stepping in, and of course losing power at that point, so he couldn't make it out of the corner fast enough. And yeah, we see how much faster right now is Jugala, trying to put in maybe a good lap while his tires are still okay. But yeah, we're ending 3 laps to go, so not 3, almost 2 laps to go. They will be crossing the finish line.
And here Matukaitis made another mistake in turn 14, going too wide. You can lose here a lot of time if you start to accelerate too soon, and then you go wide, drawing a very wide line, and you will go distance-wise, you will lose.
And yeah, already 3 seconds behind is Matukaitis.
And Jugala now, can we maybe now he's in free water, can he improve his lap time? 1:18.001 is Jugala's best lap until now.
But it's, I think, the same for Matukaitis, because all the race he was under pressure and he was more thinking about how to keep Jugala behind him, and right now he will have fresh air, and maybe there's a possibility for him as well to try to make a faster lap time, because that will be really crucial for race 2, who will start in pole position and who will start second.
Yeah, for sure. And a few seconds ago we saw when number 47 Jyrki Jonkkari almost spun entering turn 11, and it's really slippery. Volbeikas had a slide here as well.
Oh, and really
now
wide line there, so something isn't right at the moment for Volbeikas.
I think that there can be a problem with tire pressure with many cars. And here leader is overtaking Ignas Jomantas in Maserati. Jomantas is currently 6th, and maybe, yeah, Jugala has completed 13 laps, so the final lap is underway, and he set the fastest lap time, 1:17.854, and now he's on his final lap, and he will surely yeah, Jonkkari is lapped as well. While Markus Jugala has now only 4 more turns to negotiate. And yeah, let's enjoy this sight of beautiful Maserati. It's a cup car, and you can see it has only a rear spoiler, not a rear wing. But leader now will be on the main straight in few seconds. Markus Jugala is now here. Checkered flag is in his sight, and Markus Jugala takes the victory in first GT BTC 4 and TCR race. Mantas Matukaitis crossed the line in second, and it looks like Ivars Vallers will be third overall and the winner in TCRs. Not yet here. Here is Kastytis Volbeikas and Dave Holland. They will be 7th and 8th overall. And 2 drivers who were not lapped by leaders. Here comes Ivars Vallers. Drew Holland is behind him. Drew Holland will be 9th due to that spin. And Kestutis Stasionis, 4th place overall and 2nd in TCRs. So that was it. That was it with GT cars, TCRs and BTC 4 cars. And now for the highlights.